now I have to let it all go and I have to be myself and show everyone that I'm title worthy.
Chisanga Malata here with the number sixth ranked featherweight in the world and arguably the most slept on contender in the division. I'm talking about Manchester Miracle, the one, the only Lerone Murphy. Lerone, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah, just got into Chicago last night, so it's been a wild one.
How was that journey? A short notice journey. We'll get into that, but how was the journey for you?
Long is it like I think it's like eight hours or something, and then an hour to the hotel. But yeah, I'm happy to be here.
And you're in an opportunity which I don't think you would be in if you didn't have the mentality which you've had throughout your career, which is stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Mm.
Is How well has that served you with this short notice opportunity against Aaron Pico? Because some fighters, they'll take fights when they're not necessarily staying in the gym. I know you're pretty much a gym rat. You just go from the gym to home. So how much has that served you well going into this fight?
Yeah, of course. If it wasn't a proper professional and I wasn't in the gym at all, like who can take an elite level fight on 3 weeks' notice against a dangerous opponent? Not many. So yeah, it served me well. And do you know what? I've been waiting for my opportunity to shine in it, and I feel like this is the opportunity to shine. So yeah, I've been working hard, and I'm ready to go.
Yeah, you kind of answered my next question. I was going to say, um, this is the biggest spot of your career. I know you've had back-to-back main events against Barboza and Josh Emmett, but obviously this is a co-main event on a massive pay-per-view
Yes.
in a massive arena. Obviously, I'm sure you know the arena where you're fighting is where the great Michael Jordan used to play during the 90s for the Chicago Bulls. So it's a historic arena as well. So this is a massive opportunity for you to announce yourself to the world and show everybody that you're truly an undeniable contender.
Yeah, well, I didn't know about Michael Jordan playing in this arena.
Yeah, that's where the Bulls
That's
used to
crazy.
play. That's where the
Yeah,
Bulls used to.
that's crazy. I'm gonna have to look into the history on that. But yeah, it's a massive spot. Like UFC 319, you've got Hamzat Chimaev on the main event. It's Duplessis, which is a big fight as well. And all eyes are going to be on the card. The whole main card is stacked. The whole card's stacked. So
Mhm.
I'm looking forward to performing on that. And now I have to let it all go and I have to be myself and show everyone that I'm title worthy in it.
Yeah, that kind of leads me on to my next question. Given the magnitude of the stage that you're on, is that any added pressure for you? Because I kind of feel like obviously headlining a card in itself is no joke, but competing on such a big stage and considering the opponent who you're welcoming to the octagon, it's multiplied the pressure.
Not really for me. I just think a fight's a fight in it at the end of the day. Obviously the opponents are probably arguably one of the best I've fought to be honest, in my eyes anyway. I think he presents a lot of different challenges compared to the others, which every different fighter presents different challenges, right? But I think he's got a good skill set. But there's no pressure on me. I've took this fight on 3 weeks' notice. Like saying, there's never any pressure on me. I just go out there and do the best I can do. Um, yeah, and it's served me well so far.
That it has. Obviously, you mentioned Aaron Pico there has come over with a lot of hype and justifiably so. I remember the hype around him about 7 years ago was insane. Obviously,
It's
yeah, he was he a Golden Gloves champion? I think so. If memory serves me correctly. If not, people will correct me in the comments. But I feel that he's done a very, very good job of rebuilding himself because obviously he had those like consecutive losses where he quote unquote, and I hate even using this term, got fraud checked. And that this leads me into my question for you. Do you kind of feel that I almost feel that you might be in a lose-lose situation because if you lose, you've lost your undefeated streak. But if you win, people might just say, "Oh, you've just fraud checked a Bellator bum." And this is not me saying it. This is just what the casuals say, and I know you're attuned to what people are saying.
yeah, but the casuals are always gonna find something to say, regardless of anything. Like I could go out there and KO Volkanovski in 10 seconds and they're going to say, oh, he's past his prime, or there's always something that they're going to pick at. Do you
Yeah.
get what I'm saying? So I don't watch anything like that. I think I'm fighting the best Aaron Pico there's been. Like obviously the early days he got knocked out a few times. That was him transitioning into MMA from wrestling and boxing. So he was putting it together still. So right now he's got the experience and I'm fighting the best Aaron Pico. So people are always gonna create narratives that they want to follow in it. So I never look at that, and I'm just following my journey and just doing my thing.
Would you say he's probably at the stage you're fighting him the most dangerous opponent of your career?
I would say so, yeah. I would say so. I would say so. I think now's the best version of him, like I said before, because he's gone through the trials and tribulations. He's had time to fix them flaws. He's with a good coach, good team now. And I think I think he's 28 or 28, not 29 now. So mentally and physically, he's starting to hit his prime now. So yeah, I am fighting the best Aaron Pico.
And I feel like I've been asking you this for like the last two or three fights. Do you think a win over Aaron Pico will put you in the conversation to fight the winner of Alex and Movsar?
Yeah, well, I think so now, so more so than ever, because him versus Movsar was number one contender to fight, which the UFC themselves said. So if I'm the replacement and I go out and beat Aaron Pico, it only makes sense. I'll be then 17-0. I've overlapped Movsar because he didn't take the fight when he could have took the fight. So yeah, all fingers point in the direction of the champion from there.
Do you feel that you have to get a finish for that? Because at times I feel like we've deviated away from meritocracy, like where you could rack up like well, Movsar's in that was in that situation. He's racked up
Mm,
I don't know how many wins, but he hasn't
yes,
any finishes, and that's been to his detriment. Do you feel that
yes.
in order to get that title shot, that you have to get a finish of Aaron?
Well, that's the way the sport is going, right? People want to see finishes, but I think yeah, I get it. I get it. People want to see finishes. People don't want to see a lot of decisions. But in my eyes, I think if the performance is good and it's a good fight, you put on a good fight and it's a clean performance, then the win's the win. But obviously, you're always trying to finish a fight. You don't go out there thinking, "Oh, I'm going to point score." You're trying to finish the fight, but if you don't finish the fight, it doesn't shouldn't mean that you shouldn't get a title shot. There's been plenty of guys that have done that, like the Holloways and that didn't always finish fights. Volkanovski didn't always finish fights. It's only like when wants to become champion, then they started to finish fights. And yeah, I just think yeah, like you said, I'm not a casual in it. I like to watch MMA, pure MMA. So if somebody's good and they look good and it's entertaining to watch, then why can't they be champion?
No, that's very true. That's very true. And I wanted to go back to when you got the call or when you got the text saying that you've been offered the fight. What were you doing? Because I know when Nate Diaz got the call to fight Conor McGregor, he was on a boat drinking, having beers. Michael Bisping was filming a film. What was Lerone Murphy doing when you got the call or the text that with the opportunity to fight Aaron Pico?
Yeah, so usually the UFC, well, it doesn't matter what time, but the Vegas time is a bit later than ours, so they usually email us pretty late at night. So it was a Friday night, and I was in bed actually, and I had the feeling, I always get a feeling, I had a feeling something was gonna come. And my coach messaged me saying, "Can you fight Aaron Pico on August 18th, 16th?" And it was like, checked out the time, got 2 weeks to train. How far are we from fitness? Weighed up the pros and cons to it, and there wasn't much to think about really.
Yeah, and two more questions from me. Given the short notice of this fight, is it a much more drastic weight cut than usual, or do you normally float like within that 10% limit that most people expect fighters to stay around?
Yeah, well, I'm classed as pretty a big featherweight, so yes, it's not easy to make the weight. But I wasn't. I was in the gym. right? So I wasn't on a holiday like my debut. I come off holiday when I took that fight, and I was big. I come from Jamaica, as you know, all inclusive. But this time I was in the gym, and
Yeah.
I've been trying to follow a plan. So my weight was pretty high, but it was easy to come off because of following a plan. So I'm in a good place now.
Fair enough. And given that Aaron has I'd say a very good amalgamation of skills in mixed martial arts, how do you foresee this fight playing out? Because he's not just strong in one particular area, he's strong in
Mm.
several areas. So stylistically, how do you foresee this fight playing out?
Going to be a full MMA match. I think there's going to be. I've got to be dangerous everywhere, and I've got to be aware everywhere. Obviously, he can wrestle, he can box. I'm going to be looking for submissions. I'm going to be looking for to time him on the way in as well. So there's plenty of opportunity that comes with his style, and there's plenty of dangers, obviously. So I've got to be the best version of me.
All right, Lerone Murphy, it's a pleasure as always. I really appreciate it, especially given the short
Yes,
notice and you arriving to Chicago basically in the early hours of the morning. Hopefully the wake up goes well, and good luck on Saturday night.
thank you, brother. Thank